now and go on the YouTube and make sure that we good over here. All right. Let's see where we at. Okay. Says we live. We'll be right back.
Stigalo swag mode, also known as F-Dial Wale Wale. More bring me joy and the crown comes home. Flat, you just been black, baby. Go. This is from a cleanup crew, Black Liberation Army.
Yeah, we done traveled to Rochester, New York.
This is what we clean up to. Sophia,
the name of the track is called Cleanup Crew.
This is what a cleanup do. Speak to the door, come to clean up you. It's for a side of Shakur, Jalil, Matuda, Mamini.
Let's go.
This is from a cleanup crew, Black Liberation Army. Who Papa say cool? This is what we clean up to. Sophia, for George, for Kwame, to Root. This is what a cleanup do. Street sweeper to your door, come to clean up you. It's for a side of Shakur, Jalil, Matuda, Mamini. This is how we clean up things. First, open up a school like Papa Amin. And in the same school, we gon' grow our own food up a me in the garden with the green. Lima bean, green beans, string beans. Really got it at the mud, saltine and sardine. Gasoline, burn it down, kerosene. Tell them to build it up, propaganda for the scene. Then we grow and grow through the knowledge radio. Through the knowledge, they don't play this on the radio. I'ma keep it rich and raw, let your flag fly high, cause the year really made it to the radio. We need more Eleanor on the radio. Ben Judge, UFC up on the radio. IDM, Rocket Moose on the radio. Do the math, it's an all-black ratio. 2 or 4 legs, get a pie, everybody gon' eat when the shrines get fed. Palm oil, popcorn, OB and OT, owe me, dipping mines with bread. Me and Shango, Oya, in the van 5 deep on the way to DC. Next couple weeks, Sankofa conference, Black Dot got me back in DC. Walimu Bamadi Baruti, a surgeon in chief out they Fumi, a surgeon in chief of Balumi, Montanza Benin Oyutunji, Walimu Bamadi Baruti, a surgeon in chief out they Fumi, a surgeon in chief of Balumi, may wait for the future to Udi. This is from a cleanup crew, Black Liberation Army, who probably say cool. This is what we clean up to, Sophia for George, for Kwame to Root. This is what a clean up do, street sweeper to your door, come to clean up you.
Once again, it's that Team RBG Green Gumbo mixtape.
This is from a clean up crew, Black
I'm your
Liberation
host,
Army,
Stiggz Stigalo, aka Stigalo Swag
This is what
Mode.
we clean up to,
Alongside DJ Iron and Chris Starks.
This is what a clean up do. Street sweeper to your door, come to clean up you. It's for a side of Shakur, Jalil, Matuda, Mamini, Abu.
All right. Welcome back to the Warrior Scholar Show. I am your host, Kofi Piesie. Everybody in the chat, please like and share the show. Please like and share the show. Tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend about this interview. It's definitely going to be an impactful and a powerful conversation and discussion. So please like the show. If you just your first time on here, or you done hopped on here a few times and didn't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button now. Again, I'm Kofi Piesie. Again, I'm the host of the Warrior Scholar Show, member of Warriors, Amasi Warrior Clan, a member of Kofi Piesie research team, a member of the Session Meta Nature group, as well as a new member of Team RBG, right? So we have a special guest in the building today, right? So I'm gonna let him briefly introduce himself, and then we'll get into the regular scheduled program.
Okay, first of all, I apologize for looking down while I was getting built in. I was making sure I pushed this out to throughout the social media platforms so we could make sure we get some engagement and so on and so forth. However, with no further ado, my name is Stiggz Stigalo, aka Stigalo Swag Mode. Black, you just been blacktivated. We are fully activated, charged, energized, melanated, glowing. You know what I mean? Black-tastic, soul-tastic, afro-tastic. Whatever the most tasticest thing that come from the gift of the greatness of our being. You know what I mean? Word up. I come from Rochester, New York, upstate New York, where the Nile, the water flows north like the Nile, so the energy is different up here as well. If you look in your areas, wherever you are, I'm sure some sort of melanated greatness within there, something for you to tap into that's going to be a great that you could take pride in your area. One of the things that for me and us here, is our river. It flow north like the Nile. It's only a few places on the in the world that flow like the Nile River. So we definitely tapped in on the energy wave. I make music, we produce, I say we because I'm not alone. It's always a us thing. It's never a me, it's just a us thing. And I take part of all these things. Work with youth program, and take part of Team RBG, got music out projects, part of Rab Entertainment, part of Egbe LA Goon. Yeah, man, let's get started. Wherever you want to take it to, let's go.
Yes, sir. I got a bunch of questions, but before we get started too, bro, I just love your energy, man. You and Son the Great, man. I mean, y'all have like y'all vibrating on another level, man. And even like, right now, I said you asked me how I was doing. I said African magic, fantastic. But
Let's
in a
go.
sense, I am, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired, but your vibration, man, and your energy, dog, it just put me where I need to be at, man. And that, and it kind of, it put me in that same line. Your energy and your vibration the same as Son the Great, man. So
Shout out,
appreciate, man.
Shout out, Son. Hey, yo, Son, I'm working on that track. Shout out, yo, Son, I got you. Son, Son, I got you, fam. That's all I'm gonna say. I got you. I got it's the track with me and him and Jack Cam on it. They sent me they verses, and yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing my part so the world could hear it. And it's fire. They already killed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be add it on.
Oh yeah. I already heard the joint.
All right, there we go. Say no more.
Yeah, it's fire. So I know when you put your part on there, man, it's just gonna take it over the top, man. Shout out to Son the Great, man. But before we get into the interview, I always have to break down what a warrior is, what a scholar is, and then what a warrior scholar is from my perspective. So a warrior, just simple definition, a warrior is a warrior, a soldier, combat, one who wages war, a person engaged in experience in warfare broadly, a person engaged in some struggle or conflict, a scholar, a person who attends a school or study under a teacher, pupil, a person who does advanced studies in special fields, a learned person, a holder of scholarship. So when you put both of those words together, a warrior and a scholar, you get warrior scholar, right? So from my perspective, a warrior scholar is someone who is well-studied and waging war against mistruth, pseudoisms, and willing to stand on the battlefield against institutions and platforms that promote that. A warrior scholar is someone who is on a mission for the truth, for accurate and sound information. A warrior scholar is one who is disciplined, good character, morals, and willing to fight back against those who use information dangerously. So that is what a warrior scholar is. And this person that we have on the panel is definitely a warrior scholar in his own right, which we're going to get into a lot of his stuff. So y'all will definitely see that this brother is a warrior scholar. So let's get into it, man. Since this is the Warrior Scholar Show, man, can you name a few of your warrior scholars? Who are some of Stiggz Stigalo warrior scholars?
Oh, first of all, that's a phenomenal question. I love that question too, and I'm excited to answer it. I'm gonna give you a few warrior scholars in different areas, because the first warrior scholars I'm gonna give is my godfather Baba Kokai Sarah, Mama Nico, the Sarah clan, Chief Obalumi, Baba Obawa Jumi, my family from the whole spiritual world, my Ile, if you will, because our Ile is grounded in revolutionary work. That's what Wayanago. Shout out to the Wayanago, my whole Wayanago family. Purpose. Some more warrior scholars, and the track that was just played. Everybody that I named in that track, cleanup crew, are warrior scholars. I went from the Liberation Army. Shout out, rest in power, Baba Sekou Odinga. I like to shout him out because I had the blessing and pleasure being able to spend some time with him and just get some information and knowledge and talking and build a relationship. So I always want to make sure that I give him a shout because I asked him a couple questions and just I asked him what information or what he have for me. And one of the things he said is organize. So that really stuck with me. And he said where he got it from. However, him, warriors, everybody that I named from the MCs, Baba Amin, Warrior Scholar.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Baba Amin got the school going, Warrior Scholar.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Baba Tut, Warrior Scholar, Knowledge Born, Do the Knowledge Radio, Tahir, my bad, Sunday Great, Vinces, like the whole if you go and listen to the track, everybody that I named on that track are warrior scholars in real lifetime. Knowledge Born said something to me before that really stuck with me as well. He said his top five artists are people that he has relationships with. He put money in their pocket and they put money in his. So a lot of time when we speak about our favorites, we go outside of the realm of relationships and those who are in the circle right here and now that are doing the work in real lifetime, and we can see their process, we can see their struggle, we can relate to it, we are a part of it. So I'm big on giving flowers to my folks. That's why I did that like that. Another warrior scholar from here, my man Shabaka Moasa. I'm in his spot right now. Warrior scholar, media movement. Warrior scholar, my man Bill, Coach Bill. Shout out Coach Bill. Me and him, like you gotta have somebody that you could mentally spar with and build and go back and forth with. And when you're looking for solution, not for ego, when you're looking for solution, when you're hashing out solutions, and you might get a little heated, you might throw a jab here and there. However, you get to the purpose and you hug you. And you make up on some real life, like I understand where you're coming from and build and build. That's a warrior scholar right there. So a lot of the people in my inner circle, people I make music with, to you yourself, Baba. You know what I mean? This is warrior scholarship. Those taking the initiative to do everything that the definition says. And if I'm leaving anybody out, please forgive me because I rock with warrior scholars in my day-to-day. Warrior scholar sisters as well. Let's not shout out Shams and Sid. I mean,
no doubt, man. You grew up on the East Coast, specifically New York. Who were your early influences in both life and music, and who would you list as your top 5 New York hip hop artists of all time?
Boom. So check this out. As I said, my influences came from hip hop of those I know. First one is my older cousin B, my cousin Jazzy B. Yeah, I mean, he the one who started me rhyming. Before I rhymed, you know, I obviously liked hip hop, loved hip hop. Fan of the Bambaataa and that whole movement that sparked in me hip hop. However, as far as rhyming goes, my older cousin started me. He's definitely on the list. I'm gonna give this as a crew thing because it's a bunch of us, and they're called Timberland Foundation. They're from my area. This is my hip hop crew. These are the people that I listen to more than the industry. This is why I'm saying these names, because they had a direct effect on my flow, a direct effect on how I look at the world, a direct effect on just my whole viewpoint of which way I come from. I could give kudos to, or not just kudos, my favorite MC would be, if we're talking industry, we're talking like Rakim, Wise Intelligent, Black Thought. I like Wayne, Hove, Nas, Pac, Big, all of the greats. I like a bunch of the underground artists that people don't hear. 38 Spatch, Benny from Griselda from up this way. You know what I mean? So it's so many artists that are unheard that I listen to. Hassan Mackey, he from here. That's my guy. Like, it's so many artists that have not been heard or had the opportunity to for the world to hear them that I'm a big fan of, and I just love to say their name because I'm really a fan of these people when I hear them on the mic.
No doubt. And that question, it wasn't, you know, I wanted to know your top 5, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't based on mainstream media, you know what I'm saying? Your top 5, who influenced you, you know, coming up. So you answer that, you know, because like I said, I try to structure everything when we starting off. I want to get to know the person a little bit more, and I want the audience to get to know the person a little bit more. So I always start off with, you know, try to find something in your background and try to, you know, pull us into you. So I knew, so I knew it probably wasn't gonna be mainstream. I knew it was gonna probably be some artists that, you know, surround you. I knew 38 Special was gonna be one, you know what I'm saying? So, and we're gonna talk about him a little bit later on in the program, man. But appreciate, man, your answer, man. I'm gonna have to look up some of those artists as well as you talking about. I want to be able, if they're still doing something, I want to be able to support them as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely send you some links. As many power. We have a super strong underground hip hop scene here. We have a super, like some of the most flavorful MCs that I ever heard in my life. And I'm sure it's like that in other areas as well. Anytime I go someplace, I hear people in the underground that have some of the most talent that you ever could imagine. So here we have a heavy underground hip hop scene where it's just so many greats.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, man. So one of your signature phrases is "blacktivated."
Right.
Can you break down what being blacktivated means to you, and how that energy shows up in your work and community involvement?
Okay, great. So boom, blacktivated. It's a word that I pulled out of the ether. The ancestors gave me that. I didn't make it up. I mean, I pulled it out of the ether, brought it to life. And it's the spark. It's the spark before the thought. It's the spark that ignites the thought to get things started, to make something manifest, to be able to pull out of the ether and make it, bring it to life. So that energy is the blacktivation, the activation. That it was what it is. What sparks activation? You see what I'm saying? The wick. And for purpose, though, right? We had to put things in perspective, because it's not just being activated, being running around crazy. Blacktivation, when you have purpose for your people, have purpose to make your community and your family and your environment better. An example of that I utilize in my life is my music program, the music program that I work with youth. And I love doing it. I love inspiring. I love teaching. I love helping give grounding. I love helping give jewels that they might not have heard, to open up doors and thoughts, planting seeds that I might not see today, that I'm sure are going to grow, because that's what was done for me. I'm a product of mentorship. I'm huge on mentorship. Huge on mentorship. Someone took the time to pull me to the side when I didn't want to learn. And, you know what I mean? I didn't see. Hip hop taught us a lot of things from back in the day. We were learning a lot of jewels. However, as far as getting deep into the science of African science, Kemetic science, spiritual science, I wasn't interested. Someone pulled me to the side in high school and made me come to class. All right, come to a class they were having at their house. And I wasn't aware where I was going. However, I didn't want to get up on a Saturday morning. I mean, they called me and was like, nah, I'm coming to get you. You getting up. I go, and that started my journey. So, and they've been with me ever since on my growth. So I'm huge on mentorship and making a difference in the community. You don't have to have no big organization. You don't have to do this and that. You can literally just reach out and give somebody some guidance.
Most definitely, man. And your youth program, you know, let's talk about that for a minute, man. I know it's about 2 years ago. I think maybe 2, almost 3 years ago, you was on the program before. And outside of that, you know, we build a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We kind of kept in contact, and then we kind of lost contact, but we was chopping it up a few times about the same thing, my Ubuntu youth program. You know what I'm saying? The Ubuntu music program that I was trying, it was similar to what you were trying to do. So I remember us discussing that, and all of them was just ideal. Something I was trying to get off the ground, something you were trying to get out the ground, and then something we was trying to merge, because I was saying I wanted you to kind of get on, you know, a via, you know, call, you know, Zoom or StreamYard, you know, and kind of talk to the youth. I never did. I wasn't able to just get mine just off the ground as well as you was able to get yours off the ground. And first I want to say, man, I'm proud of you, because I you know, it was an ideal. It wasn't, you know, you didn't bring it into, you know, it didn't, you was an ideal, and then I seen you materialize it. So you materialize it, and you're doing exactly what you said when we were discussing the few times we talked about, you know what I'm saying, the music program and mentoring the program. And you told me what you was trying to do, and I told you what I was trying, you know, what I was trying to do. So man, again, I salute you, bro. I'm proud of you for that, man. But can you break down, man, your youth program, man, and how was it when you had or how did the students that you're mentoring in your music program, how did they receive 38 Special when he came up there to speak to them as well?
Oh wow. So boom. First I appreciate you remembering us building about the music program then. You know what I mean? And we still and we can still connect, because I have some things that I'm working on as far as youth programs, grant programs, and expanding it outside of Rochester and being able to do it in other cities and states, and also being able to get funding to make it happen. So we have to have boots on the ground in places to be able to make it happen once we get things in order. So we definitely still could build on that.
Sure.
I love working with the youth program. Shout out to Manny Green. That's my partner. Part of Rab Entertainment. He the head of Rab Entertainment. Also my family. Me and him have the youth music program at this place called In Control, where we work all year round. We have a summer program, and we also have a school year program that we do based off the summers. And the students all get paid, right? We have a bunch of them that do get paid. Some don't, depending on their age, if they're old enough to get paid. And we have resources that we connected with through the city and other places to be able to get them a check while they're learning. I think that's very important, because I think that them being able to get some finances while they're getting taught helps keep them in place.
Mm-hmm.
Helps bring them back. It is different when they're able to go buy themselves, go buy what they want. And so we do like 6 week at the we break them down into groups. We have some who perform, some who work on office work like clerical or business flyers and so on, marketing team. We have stage management, and at the end of every cycle, we have a culminating event where they perform. Their families come out, see them perform. We also put together a project of music that they do. Right. So through the time, we have music that they worked on, and we put that together in a project so they can hear it, so that families can hear it. And yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Something that's great. We were just in the George Eastman Museum. We had a display there for our music program that ran for a few months. So that was something real big and impactful to be able to see our work get to the museum, and then some of the youth be able to go to the museum and hear themselves being played on the speaker and some of the pictures and so on and so forth. So I love working with the program. That's like, I love working with the program. You never aware how far they may take it. They may take it to the biggest thing in the world, and having a piece of it and having the opportunity to instill in them is huge.
No doubt, no doubt. Man, that's dope. And a great initiative to keep them coming back is you gonna pay them. Hey,
Oh, now,
we gonna
yeah, let's give him a
you
check.
know, yeah.
Yeah,
So I both definitely I do if I was, a child, what I'm saying, a youth, and then I'm definitely I'm about my money. You paying too, and I'm learning. So I think that's dope that you're paying them, and at the same time you teaching them a skill set. So now with the skill set, they can also go off and use that skill set and make money. And that was the whole premonition behind, my Ubuntu U / Ubuntu music program was the same thing, was the, to teach them a skill set, you know what I'm saying, in music, and then they able to go off, and some, can go off and charge the record. Some can, can charge because they know how to arrange instruments and music and produce music. Some, understanding how to write a 16 bar, right?
right. Yes.
8-bar chorus, you know what I'm saying? Those who learning to use their, their vocal, I mean their vocals, right? You know what I'm saying? Those who harmonize can now often go off and teach those others how to use their voice properly, you know what I'm saying, as an instrument, man. So I just think it, bro, it's just dope, bro. And again, I just want to tell you, bro, I'm proud of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And no doubt, man. And I'm glad and I hope you're able to take it as far as you want to take it, brother. You know what I'm saying? As far as you want to take it, I hope you're able to get and it ain't hope, you know what I'm saying? I know, because a person that is determined, you know what I'm saying, and you mentioned purpose. And I always tell people, if you're in your purpose and you're determined, you can't do nothing but attract people, places, and things, right? So you're gonna continue to do what you do, and you're gonna be a magnet for those who want to come in and help and give money and finance and donate. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I know that's gonna happen for you, man. It's gonna and you're gonna get it where you say you're trying to get it from state to state. Most definitely,
Yeah.
I know you're gonna try to get it from state to state. I know you're gonna get it there, man, bro. So again,
Thank
man, I'm proud of you. Keep the work up, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's something that I love about it as well, is seeing that growth. We do our foundation is our social and emotional learning. So that, because at that age, we deal with them from age maybe like 14 to like 18, 19, somewhere around there. And it's a interesting time for them as teens, where a lot of them, they come in, they don't know each other, just know from there. So now these are your co-workers. So seeing them, and we all make sure they come up every day and speak. You got to get up in front of the class, and or not class, your co-workers, and speak. Tell them how you feel. Say your name. And from the first days when they start to say how they feel in their name, they may have their head down a little bit. However, by the end of the program, the head high. You know what I mean? They say it with confidence. They going through the stories on what they did last night. You got to dang near pull them in from under the class, so from in front of the class, so to see their growth and development outside of their finance, outside of their skill set, just seeing them as individuals turn into young men and young women. I love it. I love it.
No doubt. All right, man. So in 2021, you released an album, Frequency 3333, The Antidote. Are you currently working on a new project? And if so, how does your creativity process and approach compares to that of your last release?
Okay, no, shout out DJ 99. Me and 99 did that's my guy. Shout out that DJ 99. Me and him put together Frequency 3333, The Antidote. Is one of my most favorite projects that I've done. It reminds me of the first Wu-Tang album that they did, because it had a certain type of grit to it, certain type of rawness to it that I'm not sure if I could get that back, because that was at that time, and my mind state of how I was building that project has its own thing to it. I love that project. It was called Frequency 3333 because it was 33 minutes and 33 seconds, which is the length of the project. And that project is targeted towards being an antidote for our families in our communities, in our cities, or where, no matter where we are. And my target audience a lot of time is, shout out Iron Man Chris Stocks, I see you. Sometimes our focus is away from where I think it should be. I look at people where they look at, some may look at us from the bottom. We got to build our way up. You see what I'm saying? It's when we used to make Kool-Aid at the bottom, when you throw the sugar and all of that sweetener in, and if that spoon don't reach the bottom, sometimes to get the spoon to the bottom, you might even tip of your fingers while you stirring. You act like it ain't touch your finger, you know it did though. And stir it up so you could get that full sweetness. And though I'm interested in inspiring those who they look at from the bottom, like those who don't have, those who they look past, those who they may call thug, gangster, hood, thought, whatever type of disrespect they say to poor, whatever they say to those who from the middle class down, ain't whoever your mind state, no matter what it is. I'm here to inspire those folks, right? Those who are the real change, right? Where they are afraid to go. So my Frequency 33 album is a balance between consciousness, streets, and spirituality, African spirituality. I'm gonna say it again. Consciousness, the streets or community, and African spirituality, or our spirituality. That is my antidote. And I carry that with me through all projects. No matter what project I do, it's always going to have those three elements. I utilize, because I'm reaching to those in the streets, those who may not, who they think are unaware. However, I have some of the most dynamic conversations and deepest conversations with my friends and family. And they're highly intellectual, highly interested in solving our day-to-day issues for ourselves and our community. And they spend their daily day-to-day and night, as I was building with my man for 6 hours all night, on trying to figure it out, solutions, and actually taking action. It's an action word. It's a verb, solution. We've done enough pointing out. However, now it's time for action. So that's part of my action, that 3-man weave right there. Now, my next project, I have 2 that are literally finished, and I'm probably gonna give those away, is Stigmatic. I'm an MC at heart. I'm an MC, so Stigmatic is gonna consist of bars and lyrics of things that I haven't done anything with. You know, maybe some freestyles. It's gonna be a 90s, 2000 type style where we had mix CDs still. When you had a mix CD and you rhyme over someone else's beat, you know what I mean, and you enjoyed it because it was hip hop. That's where the era I come from, where we was happy to go find an instrumental when it was a race to the instrumental crate. And if you got that beat first before somebody else, they ain't never, you had to respect it. You ain't get on it. You know what I'm saying? So that Stigmatic is a tribute to that era and MCing and lyricism. I'm big on lyricism. Also, Blacktivated. I have a project called Blacktivated. And that is, as I was saying earlier, the spark, the thought, the energy of which started the 3-man weave, as I said, spirituality, community, and consciousness. So I'm going back to that to give the balance. So I don't really stray away from the formula too much. You might hear different styles of production. My artist. So I pretty much stay consistent in them areas. Shout out my man Gypsy as well. You're gonna see some nice R&B soul type stuff as well. So I'm not limited to one type of sound of music, because it's all about the antidote.
Yeah, peace, man. My bad, bro.
power, then all the power went off in the house, man. I
And
stay
so,
out here I stay out here in the country, man, and the power just go out for no reason at times, man. The wind will blow hard and then power just shuts off, man.
yeah, it's all
Can you
good,
hear me?
fam.
Can you still
Yes,
hear
sir.
me?
I hear you loud and clear. Yep, I hear you. Yep.
1 second.
Just go.
All right. All right. Sorry about that, man. Let's back into it, man. But I was listening to what you were saying, man. So you were saying that your next project, you're gonna probably end up giving it away, huh?
Yeah, I was saying I'm giving making sure I'm yeah, probably make it a free download. A free download so that people could hear it, the Stigmatic and Blacktivated, because I got other stuff that I have to get out as well. And sometimes as artists we have backed up work, if you will. So I'm gonna go ahead and
No
get
doubt.
it to the people and so they can enjoy it. And I could get it out so I could make room for more.
No doubt. I can't wait for it, man. And you know, the frequency 3333, the antidote, man. That album also in 2021. I appreciate you sharing the entire album. I mean, I told you I wanted to support it and buy it, but you took it off all the streaming platforms at that time. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, sending me them files. And I was able to use those the music and the messages in the music, you know what I'm saying, behind some of the brands and stuff that I had, man. So you know, the one with you know, you're talking about buying back the block.
Buy
And,
back the block.
yeah, you know, that was one of my joints. Man, there was a few of them, man. I used as actually as you know, you know, music in you know, small commercials for my businesses, man. So I appreciate, man, the entire thing, man, from the front to back, man. Is the project was a no skip as well, man. You know, same as the Team RBG Gumbo album. So I was saying yesterday, I was telling Obi that is rare, very rare today's time when it comes to music, where you can put something in and you can just vibe through the whole project. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you skipping, you going on to the next. The project got 13, 14 songs. You done listen to 5 or 4 of them, and you done skipped the last 9. So, most definitely, man, great project, man, and I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for. What's the project again called that you say you're gonna give away?
Stigmatic and Blacktivated, both
Oh,
projects.
okay.
Yeah, make sure I already shot videos for them.
Okay.
Just about doing the business work as far as how to market it and make sure the finances together and all the other stuff that goes with it. The music part is one thing. And when I'm saying finances, I'm talking about the money that I have to put behind it to get it out to the masses, the investment. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, you was featured on RBG Gumbo Volume 1 with the track Crown Me King, and then also you played a major role in Volume 1 Green with the Cleanup Crew, even hosting it with DJ Chris Starr. Talk about can you talk about the selection process for those tracks and what was your mindset? What was your mindset when curating and hosting the Green mixtape?
Okay, first of all, shout out to Iron Man Chris Starks, phenomenal DJ, MC, friend, family. Like that's my guy. That RBG Gumbo Mix CD project is one of the most prolific, phenomenal projects that I done heard in a very long time. When you have 30 tracks of so many different MCs and artists from so many different areas and places on one accord with purpose, different sounds, and so on and so forth, and it not be a skip through.
Mm-hmm.
is unheard of. I'm not sure if that's ever been done, and I'm just being total honest, and I'm not saying it because I'm a part of it. I'm saying that because it's been nights that I played it, and before I knew it, it was done. Like I was at track 30. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm like, dang, that was a hold on. Like this might be one of them no skip joints. I tested it out on some people by just playing it when they're around and the beats are hard and people enjoying it. And I'm like, yo, and they agree. So shout out to everybody who took part of it, because the work that they put in to make it sound like that is just dope.
Yes, most definitely. Did you get a chance to read the blog I wrote on the album, or even looked in my magazine for the write up? I rated. Okay, for sure.
Yeah,
for
fire,
sure.
fire. Something that I as far as I thank them for allowing me to be in the boardroom and help to organize how it's done. One thing that I noticed was we had like 30 MCs, let's just say. It's so many artists, and we are going to do it as one long project at first. And I was thinking, what's a better way that we could maybe introduce it? Because if you're the first artist, the 30th artist, you'll get first artist get heard. The 30th artist might not get heard. You know what I'm saying? When we play mix CDs. So I brought a suggestion that I appreciate the fam for choosing to rock with. I appreciate them for valuing any opinion that I have, and I appreciate the whole wave of. I suggested that we do 3 mix CDs, red, black, and green, so that everybody could be heard. And I think that helps just shape the and I think Vengeance already did a project that had a red, black, and green, or they did a joint as well.
They did.
Right. They already did a joint. So I think it just helps give balance. And I'm thankful to be able to host. We had 3 different DJs, and shout out to Iron Man Chris Starks. I gave him I let the DJ do what he does. I gave him the songs. He put the order in for the green joint. I had him add sound effects, and I took that and I went to our studio over at Rab Entertainment and hosted it, and he added sound effects and did what he could. I actually had a lot more that I did on the project. I didn't want to overdo it though, because I didn't want to take away from anybody's track. Shout out Young Gaddafi who set it off. I didn't, and there's so many jewels, so much information. I didn't want to talk over people's conversation. Shout out Obafemi, MCE, Money and Fame. Like there's so much dopeness on there. Jai, Get in Order. There's so much fire on there. Shout out Bomani. This Blade, oh my goodness. Like, it's so much fire on that project, from the black, red to the green. Mike Chambers, Young Black and Gifted. There's so many joints. Yep, they got the green joint right there. Come on, man. Shout out Rock and Musa, man. Oh, come on, man. The line of Oluwase, man. Listen, if you out there right now, if you listen, I'm just gonna tell y'all, listen, we got to make sure they get this project. This project is really a game changer on how music can be received, listened to. There are people out there that are making quality music, that's saying something. The conversations can be had in barbershops, homes, to schools, to the way you were describing, the way you broke down each project like an institution.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on. Come on.
That's what it is, no? That's what it is. What it is. Go
Yeah,
ahead. I didn't mean to break you. I didn't mean to
nah,
break your thought.
that's no, you. It's no way. I'm sitting as I'm talking to you. I just came to me. I was like, I can't break it down. You broke it down the best that I have heard. I can't even express how I love the way you broke it down into institutions and what people can get from each, what different they can get from each project and learn. So yeah, man, I love that project, and I look forward to the next project that we have coming out to Black State of Emergency. So the doors are open and the stars are aligned, and we're making things happen, which is what I love as well. We're in motion. I'm not saying things are perfect. There's always room for growth, and we're going to continue to grow as long as we grow together.
Most definitely. Um, let's see where I want to go, man. Okay. You're known not only as a hip hop artist, but also as a spiritual practitioner of Isese Legba within the Yoruba Ifa tradition. How does this spiritual path influence your day-to-day life and the messages in your music?
Okay. Yes, my name is Efundayo Adewale, which means morals bring me joy and the crown comes home. I am a practitioner of Ifa. I was introduced to Ifa in 2015, so I've been a practitioner for 10 years. I have got my warriors maybe in about maybe 2018, something like that. I'm not sure, and became initiated to a gungun as an ancestor priest in like around 2020 2021. So it has, I'm appreciative and thankful so much. Like, man, listen, I'm appreciative. Oh my goodness, it is it's life changing, and it helped me find my purpose. It helped me find my purpose, and it helped me yeah, man, help me find my purpose and move in purpose. I mean, I pause and stuff because when you ask me, I'm very, very, very appreciative. It gives me order. It has truly saved my life. Some people, you know, you may hear that, and it sounds like maybe a cliche because you may hear it in different arenas where people say that. However, I can honestly say I learned that spirituality is real. African science is real. We are heavy light beings. We are super beings. We can do more than we even think or can imagine. We are grounded more than you could even think. This world is bit a lot deeper than what meets the eye, way deeper than what meets the eye. And like I say, it helped me find purpose and move forward in purpose. So, oh my goodness, man. Yeah.
I get you, dog, brother. I get you. I get you, man.
Hey, man, listen, man. I can't even lie. So many times, like, what's interesting about the tradition, there are many traditions, and a lot, I see a lot of similarities in our African culture, traditional African spiritual systems, is that your aunts, they come talk to you. Your they gonna come reach out and touch you. Your fam gonna reach out and touch you. You're gonna get some guidance. The universe, the pantheon of the whole thing is so divine and historic, and you don't need all this technology to get there. You are the technology. Okay, I'm gonna just say that you are the technology. So it changed my life. It super shaped my life. I'm still growing. I'm not saying I'm perfect. However, I got to make sure I do my prayers consistently. I make sure I thank my ancestors consistently. Yeah, it's just definitely heavy. It's very heavy. I urge anybody. It's home. It's home. We've been looking for home. We've been looking for home over here. When we have these deep discussions, or even with some these back and forth debates or whatever people want to say or this and that. There's one thing has happened, and I got this from a king from Africa. Is our spirits and our soul are searching for home, and it ain't gonna rest till they get there. It may stop here, it may stop there, it may stop there, it may stop there. However, it's not gonna rest until it get there. And when it get there, you gonna feel it, you gonna recognize it, and nothing can change that. See what I'm saying? If anything, you're gonna be a light to bring people to home. You know what I'm saying? Purpose.
No doubt. I definitely agree with that, man, because we all, been on our journey, and your spirit definitely resonate. I over the years, I used to be a heavy Christian. My father side of the family, I call them insane Christians, right? They are denounce their own blood, you know what I'm saying, if you don't believe in Christianity, right? And all of them are Baptist Christians, right? Um, and I was debating with an individual and going back and forth with an individual on information. I'm a Freemason as well, so I was on this Freemason site going back and forth with a brother. And then I shut the conversation down on there, and I reached out, and we had a phone call. And as the brother was talking, and I started talking, and then my spirit started resonating with what he was saying, and it was telling me to shut up, humble yourself, listen. So I began to just stop talking and listening and receiving. And it was like my spirit was like, this is what you was looking for. And that hour conversation changed my whole outlook and my perspective, on life. And from that day forward, and this was in early 2012, late 2012, I made it my mission to understand West African culture and tradition, you know what I'm saying? Because most of us come from West Africa and some from Central Africa, but majority of us come from West Africa. So I made it, not from that day, I started studying Kemet. And then from there, I went straight into West Africa to understand what is West African culture, or what we're calling African spirituality or African tradition or religion, or what we like to call it now, Kimoyo. We like to use the word Kimoyo over African tradition or religion or African spirituality. but yes, I concur with what you're saying. Our spirit is yawning for this, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, with that one conversation, man, my spirit received it, and I've been on this path ever since, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely can concur to that, man. But as a hip hop host of hip hop events, how do you see the role of a host evolving in the culture? What responsibilities do you feel when you're on the mic in front of a live audience?
Oh, that's a phenomenal question. I think that the responsibility of a host. First of all, I love hosting. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to the crowd. I enjoy getting feedback from the crowd. I speak crowd speaking. My mom and dad are both Toastmasters. So which they do speaking, public speaking, and they've won numerous awards. So I'm raised in public speaking arenas. That's that's what they do. And the responsibility of a host is extremely important, and I think sometimes it's overlooked, and its importance is becoming more relevant now because people are looking for more entertainment. People are on their phones now looking for entertainment, so you're looking for a host to be able to carry the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm hosting, I'm thinking about when I come to a space to host, when I get there, I'll start working as soon as I get in the building. I start working as soon as I get in the building. I make sure I go and shake hands with as many people in the building so I could go survey the room, see who's in the building, so that gives me my material while I'm on the mic, because people want shout outs. People want to feel important. All right, so you make sure that you give shout outs to the people in there. And that's not even feeling important. They got product, they're artists, and so on and so forth. So give them some light, some shine. And the crowd wants to see something. So one of the things that I use is you are aware in our culture we do call and response. So to you and break people out of their shyness. So I'm not with you sitting over there in the corner being bored, or sitting with the frowned up face, or not participating and all that, because I'm the host that when I started out also, I invite those people out the door. Like I get on the mic quick and be like, listen, if you is on that type of town too cool for school, you could bounce now. Cause we don't want that type of energy at all. If you ain't here to participate and support everybody, then bounce. And then I ask everybody to come on up front. And that usually breaks the ice, because it's not that people don't want to support. They just need something to open up the door. So I love hosting. It's a definitely huge part of the night, because as the night goes on, people getting tired. So just finding ways to host and stay creative, I'll say. Very important though.
Most definitely, most definitely. That's a skill set of MC as well, man. Controlling, you know what I'm saying? So, and I see what you've been doing, the things that you're posting, and you are very good at what you do. I don't know if I could do it, you know what I'm saying? And that takes I think a particular skill set that could, to continues to garnish. Because I mean, you go on as an MC, you got a set, you might got, 10 minutes, you may got 15 minutes, you may got 30 minutes, but a host, an event may last, from 2 to 6 hours. So you got 6 hours to, to kind of continue to control the cow, versus you getting on and you doing your set and you getting up off of there, man.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely a skill set, my brother. So my last and final question is, bro, what advice would you give the next generation of artists who wants to blend activism, spirituality, and hip hop in a way that stays authentic and impactful?
The first thing I say is, the more you grow, the more your music will grow. The more you find your purpose, the more you tap in and study. When I say study, I'm not just talking about book knowledge. I'm not just talking about learning how many atoms is split and how the black is to the black. And no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about study relationships, study the business of music, study the craft of the art of what you're into. The more and yourself, meaning find out who your family is, find out who your ancestors are, tap in. I mean, like, and I'm saying that literally, like, because there are gifts and things that are there for you once you tap in. Right? I'm not. The limit is limitless. There are things inside your bloodline, inside you, that you might not even recognize because we just haven't been aware. So the first thing I would say is look into your lineage. Look up. You might have somebody who made music, no matter what they did. Add them into your sauce. You know what I mean? Add your lineage, and so it makes it authentic. That's the authentic part. You don't gotta fad hop. Tap into yourself. Tap into your spirit, your historical spirituality. Tap into some sort of TDA, right? Traditional African, the spiritual system, and stay creative. Stay grounded and creative. As creative as possible. Don't look for to be the next. If they doing it that way, don't do that. If it's 100 of them doing this, don't do it. Think about what the next thing is, and find your audience. One thing that a rapper said is and it was fine. Know who you rapping for. Find they're there. You might have to do a little more work to get to them, but realize who you're making music for, and take one step towards them. They're gonna take 2 steps towards you. That's what I'll say. That's the best tap in. Don't limit yourself either.
Right. That's some good advice, man. You know, that's definitely some good advice, because you know we need to you know, be more, and you're doing that. You know, all of us need to be doing that, being more hands-on and showing them, you know, that you don't have to follow a wave. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to follow a trend. You know, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay. You are authentic when you're being your true self. You know what I'm saying? And you're delivering it, you know what I'm saying, from your true self, versus being someone else just to follow, you know, follow a trend, or follow a wave, but also make what we doing, you know, cool. You know what I'm saying? Make race first cool. Make Pan-Africanism cool. Make, you know, Sankofa back and finding out what your ancestors did and where they come from in West Africa, what they did here on the shores of North America and et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And tap in, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, tap into your ancestors. That's something that I truly, you know, believe in. You know, I'm a practitioner of many things, you know, Isese Legba, but I'm also, my heritage goes back to Nigeria, to the Igbo people. So I'm a practitioner. So I take things from the tradition of Odinani. My family tradition goes back to Ghana. So I take elements from Ukumi, right? And because all of them resemble each other. When you look at each other, all of them have some of the same key elements, you know, in them, you know, and ancestor veneration is definitely one of them. So I believe in tapping into my ancestors, and those are who I pray to. Those are who I talk to. Those are who I have a relationship with. You know, those are who I raise up, right? And they're definitely listening, and they're definitely protecting me, you know what I'm saying, and blessing me with the things, you know what I'm saying, that I need, you know what I'm saying. So that is definitely some great advice, man. Anybody in the chat, man, before we jump off here, to anybody in the chat, I always try to give people in the chat an opportunity if they have a question that they would like to ask. If y'all got a question that y'all would like to ask before we jump up off of here, please do. I'll give y'all about 2 or 3 minutes, man, and to ask them some questions if y'all want to ask questions, if that's to your mind. If not, we'll end this phenomenal discussion that we had. They say, man, when you're having fun, man, time flies, man. It's been an hour and 4 minutes. It don't seem like it's been that long. It seemed like we just hopped up on here, man. But
it doesn't seem like that at all. I just want to add too. I think that if anybody out there paying attention, literally step out and go help the community and youth. I'm just saying that you got to take the initiative to make a difference. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us. Ain't nobody gonna come save us. It ain't it ain't gonna flip out. It ain't gonna make it. All of that information that you have in your brain from all of the studying and all of this other stuff. What's the action word? What's the action that you're going to take? Right? What's the move? What you gonna do with it? I'm good on all of the. I'm not saying don't study. I'm not saying don't study. Go learn. However, if you spending more time just studying than action, we gotta put some action so we can see some things manifest. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So we gotta be hands on. If you don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it. Yeah, they gonna get on your nerves. I get it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. I state my word, I get it. However, if you don't do it, then ain't nobody else gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's people that started the pyramids and wasn't there to see them finish. However, they are aware of the work that they put in. You know what I mean?
Yes, man. Most definitely. It's great advice, man. You know what I'm saying? I do the same thing. I can't take you seriously if you're not doing nothing else to affect change. I don't give a damn how intelligent you sound. I don't give a damn if you own 20,000 books, you know what I'm saying, and you can regurgitate all the information in there and break things down, blase, blase. But if you're not being a practitioner, and that's the word that we need to start implementing into our vocabulary is being practitioners. Once we learn all of this information, now it's time to be a practitioner of the information. And that means to put those things into practice. That means to start to activate. It means to start to, put an action to the things that you are learning. So if we're not, you know what I'm saying, like you said, if we're not taking on a responsibility, because it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility. Nobody else, is our responsibility, right? So we got to take that responsibility on and build up our community and build up our youth, because no one else is going to do it. They're going to trick us. They're going to continue to trick us. They're going to continue to devalue us, and continue to, give our children low self-esteem. That's why they're running to someone else's culture instead of their own. They want to be everything but African. You know what I'm saying? Because, right. Most definitely.
No, now you cooking. Now you cooking. Now you cooking. Nah, you cooking. They want interested in being everything but African, and my thing is everything that's leading you away from being African, or and if you don't even want to choose, whatever you choose is to identify that source. If it's leading you away from that, it ain't for you. I'm like, boom, what is you willing to give a seed? If you're going to give a seed something to be planted, right? You could put everything inside of this seed. What are you going to put inside that seed? And if it's from other cultures, it's going to grow. It's not going to grow right. It's going to be deficiencies. It's not going to do the best. It's not going to be the best soil for you, right? You putting other people's cultures inside the seed. When it grow, it's going to grow up defective. You know what I mean? And the miseducation of our culture and our youth and our community is the issue. As long as we being educated by the enemies of our ancestors, it's going to stay messed up. They never going to, like my man said the other day, they're not going to give you the key to free yourself. So why they going to give you any type of information or anything that's good for you? You know what I'm saying? So those who become aware, that's why it's time to take action. That's why you've been called on. That's why you got the information. You didn't get it so you could sound cool. You didn't get it so you could look cool. You ain't get it to stroke your ego. You ain't get it just because you want to make $1 million. You got it to serve a purpose so you could give it to where it has to go. When trees grow or with fruit on them, they grow. Some of it rot. They drop to the ground. See, go in the dirt. Get rained on, sunlight, grow another one. That's why we got to pass things on, continue on. It's bigger than money. It's big. It's purpose. If I don't drive nothing home, purpose over paper. Purpose over paper. So many people switch up when it comes to paper. It's ridiculous. Purpose over paper. Word.
No doubt. Well, it's Give it up, man, for our brother Stiggz Stigalo.
Yeah, let's go. I like that. Let's go. Let's go. Get me hype around here, man. Man, I'm trying to tell you, get me hype.
Yeah.
Man.
But again, man, I appreciate you, man, for coming on the platform. Like I said, this is your second time you came on. It might have been about 2, almost close to 3 years you came on the platform. You know, I appreciate you, man, coming back, man. And I wanted you to come back, you know what I'm saying, to reintroduce yourself back on the platform. And then I know when we did the collective of artists came on, I know you had something else going on, and then you kind of had some technical difficulties as well, so you wasn't able to speak and, you know, get your 1-2 off, man. So I definitely want to give you your just due, as well as the other artists that I've been giving y'all own individual time, you know what I'm saying, to speak and promote your own products and services, and, you know, let the people get to know who you are, as well as me get to know who you are, you know, because I believe in, once people get to know exactly what the person is, then truly what the person, who the person are, then they can buy into everything else that they got going on, right? So definitely, man, I appreciate you, man, again, for coming on. I enjoyed, man, the conversation. Anytime you want to come back on the platform, man, for anything, man, do it. Also, man, I had your number at one time. And hold on, let me make sure if I still got your number, because I know we was communicating on Facebook, but also we had each other's number. And let me see if I still got it in here, because I think I was looking for it. Yeah, I still got it. I still got it in here. It's still the same number. I ain't gonna blurt it out on the line, but it's still
the same number. Listen, let's chop it up. I'm looking forward to building with you, because I'm interested in sharing with you what I have for these youth programs, as well as other things. We could continue to grow and answer the call. Many will be called, few will answer the call, and even fewer will do the work. I'm appreciative to be with a brother like yourself who's actually doing the work. Real talk. Shout out everybody on the project too. You know what I mean? Shout out everybody on the project. Shout out Baba Obaba Jumi. Shout out Baba Kokai. Shout out you know what I mean? Just Egbe Elegoon. Shout out on The Rock, Rochester, New York. Shout out The Rock, all the artists in The Rock. You know what I mean? Shout out all the culturally conscious, motivated people that's serving their purpose. You love your family, and let's make a difference.
Yes, sir. And for those,
hold on. I see you, Knowles. I see you, Omatic, because I can't not forget to shout out my guys, Frequency Music Group. Let's go.
Yeah, for those who may not, I mean, someone that may want to reach out to you, man, can you give your social media handles?
Okay, boom. You could catch me on Facebook, Stiggz Stigalo, Stiggz space Stigialao, Stigalo, Lo. And you could also find me on Instagram at I am Stiggz. Yes, I am Stiggz. You'll see me on there. If you see me on there, I done made so many dang Facebook pages and lost code. And if you see me on there with the nice holding the hat like this, that's the right one. Subscribe, link up with me, inbox. I'm very accessible. If you about that work, if you about making a difference, if you are interested in making some things happen artistically or whatever, I'm with it. Very accessible. Very, very, very accessible. I am Stiggz on Instagram, also on Facebook, Stiggz Stigalo.
For sure. So there you have it, man. We got another phenomenal interview locked up in the can. We'll be back next week with 2. And I keep saying I'm not going to be doing shows back to back. I've been doing them back to back. I stopped. I'm back. So yesterday we had Obafemi. If you missed the show yesterday, please go tap into that. It's in the archive, so go look at that interview. This interview, if you didn't, you popped in, popped out, you want to look at this. After it ends, it will be in the archive already for you to go back and check out this interview. Next Saturday, we have The Vengeance. The Vengeance will be on the channel. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. So The Vengeance will be on next Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then I have I'm finna try to get your name right. He been on me, man. Jakim. Jakim. He'll be on Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we gonna keep hitting y'all. We gonna keep busting y'all in the head with these phenomenal interviews from Team RBG artists, those who are repping the red, black, and green, those who are black nationalists, those who are Garveyites, those who are Pan-Africanists, those who are practitioners of our West African tradition and et cetera, et cetera. They laughing at me, bro. Did I say it right, Kim? He said just call him Kim. Did I say it right? I will get it right, man. But we out of here, man. We'll see y'all next week, man, on the Warrior Scholar Show, man.
Yes, Warrior Scholars.
Yes. Please like and share the show. Please like and share the show, y'all. And go get that Team RBG Gumbo album. Hit up Stiggz, you know what I'm saying, the host your events. Get that album, the Frequency 3333, the antidote. You won't go wrong with that album at all. And man, we out of here, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with the cleanup. The cleanup, man. Is that what's the name of the song?
The name. All right, boy. We're gonna leave y'all with the Cleanup Crew. It's called Cleanup Crew. Meaning, hey, I don't know if y'all know about Drop Squad, man. We might start drop squadding on y'all. We might have to start changing, pulling up, taking y'all in the vans and putting y'all somewhere and then, making you watch a whole bunch of conscious stuff. Listen to we're gonna drop squad you and make you listen to this RBG mix joint so you can get this institution work, right? Put the headphones on you, man. Word up. So we're gonna leave with Cleanup Crew, man. Might show up at your door, street sweepers at your door, come to clean up you. Yeah, man. So let's go. Hey, look up every artist that I mentioned on this track. This track, if you're not familiar with the names I'm saying, the hook is Black Liberation Army. You should already be hip, right? The artists that I mentioned are all people that are either artists or in the tradition of culture and making a difference. So look them all up. I name a whole bunch of them in these bars. Just go look them up. They all fire and they all over the US. Let's go. Cleanup Crew.
Cleanup Crew.
Hey, Stigalo swag mode, also known as that Dial out of Vale. More bring me joy and the crown comes home. You just been black, this is for my cleanup crew, Black Liberation Army.
Yeah, we done traveled to Rochester, New York.
This is what we clean up to. It's a
The name of the track is called Cleanup Crew.
This is what a cleanup do.
Stiggz Stigalo, aka Stigalo swag mode.
It's for all the silence, your core, to live, my tutor, my media.
Let's go.
This is for my cleanup crew, Black Liberation Army. Who Papa say cool? This is what we clean up to. The fears, the George, the Kwame to root. This is what a clean up do. Street sweeper to your door, come to clean up you. It's for all the silence, your core, to live, my tutor, my media. This is how we clean up things. First, open up a school like Papa Amin. And in the same school, we gon' grow our own food up a me in the garden with the green. Lima bean, green beans, string beans. Really got it at the mud, saltine and sardine. Gasoline, burn it down, kerosene, tell them tough, build it up, propaganda for the scene. Then we grow and grow through the knowledge radio. Through the knowledge, they don't play this on the radio. I'ma keep it rich and raw, let your flag fly high, cause they hear when he made it to the radio. We need more Eleanor on the radio. Ben Judge, UFC up on the radio. IDM, me rockin' Moose on the radio. Do the math, it's an all-black ratio. 2 or 4 legs, get a pie, everybody gon' eat when the shrines get fed. Palm oil, popcorn, OB and OT, old me, dipping mines with bread. Me and Shango, oh yeah, in the van 5 deep on the way to DC. Next couple weeks, Sankofa conference, Black Doc got me back in DC. Walimu Bamani Baruti, a surgeon in chief out they Fumi, a surgeon in chief of Balumi, Montanza Benin Oyutunji, Walimu Bamani Baruti, a surgeon in chief out they Fumi, a surgeon in chief of Balumi. Make way for the future to Udi. This is for my cleanup crew, Black Liberation Army, who Papa say cool. This is what we clean up to. Sophia for George, for Kwame to root. This is what a clean up do. Street sweeper to your door, come to clean up you.
Once again, it's that Team RBG Green Gumbo mix.
This is for my clean up crew. Black
I'm your
liberation
host,
army.
Stiggz Stigalo, aka Stigalo Swag.
We clean up too.
Alongside DJ I, Chris Starks.
This is what a clean up do. Street sweeper to your door, come to clean up you. It's for Isese Legba, Jaleel, Matulu, Mumini, Abu.